This is an archived That Cast from 2015. We talk about a wide range of subjects, including, but not limited to, Bruce Campbell. Yeah, actually, that's about all we talk about. But we do invent a new religion. So, enjoy.
So are you ready for this?
I'm ready as I can be. Okay, that guy. My body is ready.
Your body is ready. Good. Too bad I don't need your body. I need your voice and your ears.
Well, that's part of my body, so I'm good.
And the empty void in between your ears.
Yes, that is the most important bit.
So I feel like this is now just like a continuous thing. I feel like I should explain where this whole episode comes from.
What have we been doing for the past week, and where did we get the inspiration for this episode? Bruce Campbell. That's just the answer.
Okay, so if you haven't seen the title of this episode, it's called Why Bruce Campbell.
I don't even remember the title of this episode.
Oh, well, it's called Why Bruce Campbell. So, where did I get this inspiration from? Well, as many of you, of course, none of you, because who listens to this? Me, you, and Jeff, maybe? Maybe
yeah,
Mike.
Pretty much.
Maybe Ryan. Basically, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare recently came out with a DLC that makes Bruce Campbell a playable character in Zombies.
Right.
Now, I wasn't originally going to get Advanced Warfare at all because it's freaking $60 new, plus $50 for the season pass to get all the DLC and stuff.
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just negative points right there, just because it's Call of Duty.
I'll get Black Ops. Like, I have Black Ops 2, but that's because we play zombies all the time, and it comes with zombies.
Yeah.
Like, this one, you have to buy the game and get zombies separately, which is lame. But then they announced Bruce Campbell, and I was like, fuck you,
well,
Call of Duty.
We know what we're doing now.
I know what I'm doing now. I gotta get Call of Duty. So, I kind of thought to myself, sure, some people would be like, why would you bother getting Call of Duty if you're not gonna... just for Bruce Campbell. And I was like, well, I feel we need to do an episode of that cast where we just talk about why Bruce Campbell.
Why Bruce Campbell? Because
yeah.
Bruce Campbell. That's a reason. It doesn't need an explanation.
That guy, unfortunately for us, that's true, but for some people...
Well, some people are deprived, okay?
That guy, some people are so deprived they don't even know who Bruce Campbell is.
But that's the whole point.
I know.
That's why Bruce Campbell exists.
Yeah. So
people
that guy
may be listening right now and they're like, wait, who are they talking about?
Let's start from the beginning, that guy. When did you first get introduced to Bruce Campbell? Do you remember?
When did I first get introduced who the character Bruce Campbell was? Or, like... What was the first instance that I saw with him in it, but I didn't know who he was?
I guess both.
Okay, because I think the first instance where, like, I saw him, but I didn't know who he was, probably was just, like, in one of a random assortment of movies that he's just guest starred in as, like, guest voices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most notably, probably Cars 2 that I would have realized because I love that movie. He plays the secret agent, the American secret agent, Rod Redline, and he gets blown up. He doesn't have very many lines in that. Of course, he's a B actor, so his character's a B actor. He's just a spy. He has like 10 lines, and then he gets blown up. And then Bruce Campbell, as Bruce Campbell, probably, like, I've heard just through gaming culture. Obviously, there's that line, "This is my boomstick."
Yeah.
There are many like it, but this one is mine, or something. Or like, "This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this is mine." And then, "This is my boomstick." That's just one of his famous lines from, of course, The Evil Dead. And I looked it up, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh. I actually saw a YouTube video of it. It was, I don't remember what the video was called, but there's a bunch of them, and it was like 10 movie clips from The Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. And I was like, ooh, this guy's cool. And then I just, it just sprouted from there, and then I learned that he was in all sorts of other places. I googled him, came up on IMDb, and I found out that he was in a lot of other cool movies that I had heard of. Hadn't seen yet, but I had heard of. And I'd say that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was a big fan of I am Spider-Man. He was in the original Spider-Man trilogy with Peter Parker, or not Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire. Peter Parker's in all of them. Wow.
Yeah.
With Tobey Maguire,
Go
because
figure.
Sam Raimi directed them, and Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are best buds.
Yes.
And in the first movie, Bruce Campbell names Spider-Man. In the second movie, Bruce Campbell defeats Spider-Man. In the third movie, Bruce Campbell becomes Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
No, that's just what he said in an interview.
Oh, darn.
No, in the third movie, he tries to help Peter Parker get married. Because he's somehow French in that.
I mean, he's different characters in every single one of them, isn't he? Like, one of
Yeah.
them, he's like an announcer guy or something.
Yeah, the first one, he's an announcer to, like, the wrestling thing. Didn't even know that was Bruce Campbell. The second movie, still didn't know it was Bruce Campbell. Third movie, didn't know it was Bruce Campbell either, to be honest, but it was still Bruce Campbell. But in the second movie, he's like a, yeah, I don't know what you call him, but, like, there's, like, this play that Peter wants to go, his girlfriend's in. And
Right.
Bruce Campbell won't let him through the doors after they're closed.
He's like the bouncer, except
Yeah.
it's not actually a bouncer.
Yeah. And he's kind of just a smug jerk, basically, which I guess you could, like, safely say is all of his roles.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the third movie, he's, like, the host of the restaurant, of this French restaurant where Peter's gonna propose to Mary Jane.
Right, of course.
Funnily enough, I think I kind of just... the same clip, you know, this is my boomstick video, still really introduced me to Bruce Campbell, but I found it a different way. Specifically, GameStop has like a rewards thing system. You get points for buying crap from them.
Yeah.
And for the longest time on the reward store, there was a shirt. In hindsight, I wish I got it, but it's a silhouette of Bruce Campbell holding up his boomstick, and on the shirt it says, "This is my boomstick."
That is amazing. I wish you had gotten that.
Yeah, I know. And I just saw it there for the longest time, and I didn't get it. And finally, I Googled it, and I watched it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like I just liked the setting. It was a guy who had a chainsaw in his hand, a boomstick in another. I mean, a shotgun at the time. That was before I learned their true title.
See, that's the thing. I've always liked shotguns, and just the fact that he uses a shotgun in his movie,
Yeah.
the movie of Evil Dead, anyways.
Yeah.
That just sealed the deal for me. He is just the most ultimate person.
Yeah, and then I also saw that it was basically this guy, and then he was in medieval times, which was awesome. And I'm just like, wow, this is cool. And then, of course, I started going IMDb. I don't know if it was because of IMDb or what, but, like, it might have been after I watched all 3 Evil Dead movies in one night. Actually, that guy was there, too.
Yeah, I was here.
Yep. And after
Movie
that, I was just
marathon.
like, Bruce Campbell.
And then, of course, there was a song that was literally all about Bruce Campbell and his Bruce Campbellness.
It's just Bruce Campbell. So, what makes Bruce Campbell special, that guy, besides the fact that he uses a boomstick? Like, do you have anything specific you want to say? Because I have a couple things I'd say, but
Why don't you start? I gotta think on it.
okay. So, in pretty much every single one of Bruce Campbell's like roles where he's the main character, he's always about himself, even though he's like he kind of ends up doing like a greater good.
Right.
Like, he's always trying to benefit himself, which I like. It's a different character that you don't see like a lot of times.
Right, right.
Or like he doesn't change either. Like Army of Darkness, up to the end, he's always about himself still.
Yeah,
Like-
all the way to the very
like,
end part,
like,
yeah.
Like you think like, you know, like we'll go to Cars, for example. In Cars 1, Lightning McQueen's all about himself, and then by the end of it, he's changed to be a nicer person. He kind of understands people more, cares
Right,
about
and
people.
that can apply to a lot of other films as well,
Yeah.
that thing. But Bruce Campbell, you're right.
He doesn't
just
change. He's always about himself.
doesn't give a crap.
Freaking, there's a new series coming out called Ash vs. Evil Dead, starring Bruce Campbell, like many years after Army of Darkness, where he still is like, he's trying to hide from responsibility, basically.
Yeah. He's
Like-
like, no, I'm not the super awesome guy who saved the world. I'm just a super awesome guy.
And like almost all of his movies are like that. I mean, the only like Bubba Hotep, which I mean, basically if you haven't heard of Bruce Campbell, you're not going to hear of these, but if you've heard of Bruce Campbell, you have. But Bubba Hotep, he plays as Elvis, like a really aging old Elvis who's like in a nursing home and stuff. And that movie, he's still kind of all about himself. Like, he wants to like prevent this mummy from killing everyone, but he's still about himself. Alien Apocalypse, kind of. He's Alien Apocalypse is probably his most purest role because he's a doctor.
I don't know. I mean, if we're just scrapping movies for a second and also TV shows, Briscoe County Jr., I mean, he's about himself. Yeah. He wants revenge for the guys who killed his dad, but he's a pretty wholesome character there.
Yeah. Briscoe County Jr. is probably the purest Bruce Campbell we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the white hat cowboy, of course. Well, he wears brown hat, but it's the metaphor that made sense.
Yeah. Like, if it was really, like, Briscoe County Jr., if he was really about himself, he would definitely be, like, killing everyone instead of, you're gonna serve justice.
Yeah. Justice would come at the end of the revolver.
Jack of all trades, I mean, he's a good guy in that. He works for Uncle Sam in that, but, like, he doesn't really, like, the main point of the story is he's on this stupid little island that the French are trying to take over, which would be like a strategic advantage to attack America. But Bruce Campbell, who plays Jack in that, he's like forced there. He doesn't really he enjoys his time and he has fun there, and like he likes the person he's hanging out with, but like he doesn't really want to be there either. Like,
right, he'd rather be on some beach somewhere.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a beach there, but that's another story. He'd rather be in America.
Of course, who wouldn't want to be in America? I mean, America.
Yeah. I think another thing I really like about Bruce Campbell is he's always in unique films. I mean, obviously, like when he's like a guest star or something, maybe not as much, but like Army of Darkness was a very unique film, in my opinion. I mean, like obviously we've seen a lot of people go back in time to like medieval times.
Yeah.
And try to bring present culture, but I feel Bruce Campbell did it differently because there were zombies and skeletons.
Zombies!
Bubba Hotep, I mean, like just the whole story. Basically, Elvis swapped lives with an impersonator, and then the impersonator's the one who died, and he went into a coma and woke up 20 years later, and nobody believes that he's the real Elvis.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, it's not a really funny movie, but it's like very entertaining. Like, I wanted to see it through to the end.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of, like, I've seen a lot of his movies. Alien Apocalypse was different. He has one of his best liners in that. Have I told you that one yet?
Maybe.
Oh, I'll say it anyway. So basically, he goes through the entire, like, movie saying, like, oh, I'm a doctor, I help people, because, like, after the Alien Apocalypse happened, there's, like, no doctors, nobody, like, understands the concept of help, basically.
Yeah.
He saves one of the bad guys and convinces him to join them, and he's like, yeah, I'll help you out. And then later on, he does bad things to a woman in the group.
Oh, no.
And what happened, the guy's like, you guys are stupid. I'm going to go tell everyone where you are. And Bruce Campbell shoots him with a crossbow. He's like, I thought you said you help people. And Bruce Campbell goes, I do. You had a terminal case of stupidity, and I just cured you.
That's
and then
great.
He dies.
I love it.
Oh, the other great thing about Bruce Campbell is video games. What started this
all
whole
two
crazy
of them
podcast? No, he's in 3 of his own video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's Evil Dead: Hail to the King, which is a PlayStation game, which is really, really crap. I mean, I like the concept, but it was just a pain in the butt to play. The controls were clunky, the mechanics were bad. It was just a bad game.
You just did not enjoy yourself.
It was basically just reused one-liners. Although the greatest thing about the game is you pressed a button and he would say a one-liner at any time.
See, the thing is, I've got a mod for Left 4 Dead 2 that, well, I mean, it's 2 mods. One changes Nick into Ash Williams, which of course is Bruce Campbell's character from Evil Dead, and then another one changes Nick's taunt voice lines, which you can activate at any time of your choosing, and changes it into one of Ash's one-liners.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's one of the stupider ones, like "Shop Smart," and you're like, "Wait, what?" That doesn't make any sense in this context.
I don't always shop smart, but when I do, I shop S-smart.
I shop S-smart.
He also narrated all 3 of the Spider-Man games.
Yes,
and
right.
He's got some funny lines in there, like in the tutorial of the first game. Like at one point he was like, "You keep fighting these guys if you want. I'm gonna go get a sandwich." And then on the next tutorial thing, he's eating a sandwich while telling you. He's like, "So, what you want to do here?"
And he was actually eting a sandwich in the recording studio.
Yeah.
That's
and then he goes, and then like one part he's like, "Oh, too much mustard."
Too much mustard. You can never have too much mustard. Mustard's great. I don't know how well versed you are in the art of sandwiches, but I like mustard on my sandwiches like a lot.
Mustard's good. And then the second game, I only played the third game like a little bit. The second game was like one of those revolutionary games. It was like the first open world Spider-Man game, which was really incredible.
Uh-huh.
But in that one, there's parts at the beginning. Bruce Campbell's, they needed a tutorial guy in this game, so they dragged me back in here. And then
like he just knows he's there.
Yeah, and then there's like these hints you can find around the city, and some of them are just like, "Hey, guess what? This is a surprise hint. I'm gonna give you some extra experience points, and if you click on this thing again, I'll say the exact same thing, only I'll be lying."
I feel like he probably ad-libbed a whole bunch of that stuff.
If he didn't ad-lib, he probably had at least some heavy creative licensing on it, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because Bruce Campbell.
Anything he says just automatically epic.
What's very upsetting, actually, is Bruce Campbell's actually written, produced, and directed his own movie called Man with the Screaming Brain. It's like his
terrible.
worst film. And I feel really bad for him because he was working on it for like 12 years or something crazy like that. But it was just a bad movie. It was so corny. I was really hoping it'd be like a little bit better than it was, but it's just like, no, I don't like this. Bruce Campbell, why?
Why did you do this? Why did you do this to me?
Which,
Bruce.
okay, I watched it anyways. I have seen every single Bruce Campbell movie that he starred in because I'm a Bruce fanatic.
A Bruceaholic.
But
that would be a great name. I want to be a Bruceaholic. I mean, I am, but
it's just I feel like not enough people know about Bruce Campbell, though. I don't know where else we're going. I mean, there's just so much Bruce Campbell we could talk about. We could literally just do podcasts upon podcasts of Bruce Campbell.
It wouldn't get old.
And it wouldn't get old, at least for us. Maybe for you, but...
No, man.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying you as in the listener.
Oh, yeah, of course,
saying,
them.
Like
they're all scrubs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was going to say, it's probably not the best idea to insult the people listening.
Oh, I insulted myself and you and Jeff.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel bad about myself and you.
Oh.
Poor Jeff. Everybody loves Jeff.
It's like everybody loves Raymond. Everyone loves Bruce Campbell. Wasn't
Well,
there
that's
one
a-
thing
that's
where
a
we were
true
talking
fact.
about, like, Bruce Campbell? Like, everything has changed to, like, Bruce Campbell's name or something?
Probably.
How did we even get that? I just remember, like, one thing we were talking about was, like, something was selling. I'm like, man, these things are selling like Bruce cakes.
Best analogy ever.
I should open a diner and call my hotcakes Bruce cakes.
Bruce Cakes. Well, I mean, what would the name of the diner be?
Bruce Cam Diner Bowl.
Bruce Cam Diner Bowl?
It's just throw the word diner in between Bruce Campbell. I mean, I'm calling when I get Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, I'm calling it Call of Campbell Advanced Bruce Fair.
That's a great idea.
I'm gonna I'm thinking of actually like writing over the case and changing it, and then when I trade it in the future, some person's gonna get it and they're like, "What?"
You just like trade it in, yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, would they even take that realistically?
Yeah,
They would take a case that you'd already written over and stuff?
yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Or do they just put it in their own generic cases or whatever?
It depends, like how much you've written on it. Like my one friend wrote, the third Metroid Prime game is called Corruption. What happened was the game the disc got scratched up and it didn't work anymore, so he wrote on the side of the case Corrupted. And then he traded it in still. Still got credit for
And
it.
then they just either didn't care or just didn't know.
They like look at the disc though, so I think they took some off, but oh man. I don't even know how long we've been talking about Bruce Campbell. I mean,
Not long enough was the answer we were looking for.
not long enough. I mean, these podcasts don't have to be that long, to be honest. It's just something to do.
It's fun. We
And
talk about Bruce Campbell.
Pretty much talk about Bruce
You
Campbell in
get
any
your
fashion.
weekly dose of Campbell.
that guy, we completely skipped over something very important about Bruce Campbell when we were talking about why Bruce Campbell is the best.
What's that?
The chin.
Oh, I mean, I thought that was just a given. It didn't even cross my mind. You're right.
Bruce Campbell has an amazing chin. It's just there. Basically, Bruce Campbell is just a very attractive man, and
that is coming from two straight gentlemen.
Well, I mean, it's okay, that guy. Everyone's a little gay for him.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
You don't have to take our word for it on that. Like, I have found pictures on the internet of people mentioning things like that. We are not the only ones who think that. This entire podcast is based, like, the video, if you're watching it, is just going to be, like, meme pictures of Bruce Campbell, I find.
I'm going to watch the entire video. Normally, I play a game or something while I listen to the podcasts, like I'm doing now, because this is going to be weird. I'm going to be playing FOF while recording, and then I'm going to be playing FOF while listening.
But in this case, you're going to have to watch it, because Bruce Campbell.
Well, I mean, of course. It's the best reason.
So after doing a little bit of looking up, I figured out where actually most people discovered Bruce Campbell, surprisingly.
Really? What's his most popular, go-to?
Xena, Warrior Princess.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he was in Hercules, but,
of course.
And Xena's a spinoff of Hercules, but Xena's like the more popular series. That's the one you hear people talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And he was in that a few times as a Takalus, who's like a master thief. And he yodels in that, which is awesome.
I mean, anyone who can yodel.
Is
okay in my book.
Yeah, but Bruce Campbell was in that, and then that's like I guess that's where like most people discovered him from. I mean, obviously Briscoe County Jr. was actually a pretty decent show to some point because they obviously lasted an entire season. I know it sounds like weird saying, "Oh, they lasted an entire season."
A lot of shows don't actually last a whole season. That's the thing.
Yeah. And on top of that, I got the whole box set for Briscoe County too. That's a line from the song.
I did.
But no, I'm saying I got the box set at Walmart. They were selling it there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they wouldn't be selling it at Walmart if they didn't think it was going to make them money. It might just be because they have a picture of Bruce Campbell on the front, but...
And they were like, oh, this is going to make us money.
Oh, this is all the money.
Oh, dear. No, I mean, like, I got my copy of Briscoe County Jr. at FYE, and they charged me freaking $40 for it. You said you got yours for $10 or something like that, and you were both...
Well, I didn't even have to pay for it. You were like,
I am both insulted and impressed that it only cost $10.
Yeah. And I'm on the lookout for the Jack of All Trades box set. If anybody knows where I can find one without having to pay, $40 online... I look in FYE every time I go, but I don't see it there. But Jack of All Trades is a great show. I honestly, like, Briscoe County Jr. I loved, and it was such a cool series. Basically, it's like sci-fi and cowboys and
what could
Bruce
be better?
Campbell.
I mean, those three things, sci-fi, cowboys, and Bruce Campbell, they just... When you add those all together...
If you want to throw in a fourth thing, too, not to, like, overwhelm the mind... But the character Lord Bowler in that show...
I was just going to say the same thing.
He is such a great guy in that movie, in that show. Not movie. I mean, it's 45 minutes an episode. The first pilot episode's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Might as well be a movie.
Have you ever seen Columbo with Peter Falk?
No.
It's a detective show. And every single episode of Columbo is like 2 hours long, basically.
I mean, the original Batman series with Adam West, every episode was like, I guess that was only 45 minutes, actually, now that I think about it. Because I was going to say, because every episode is a two-parter.
Really?
Yeah. They always end on a cliffhanger where Batman's going to die, but he finds a way out of it.
But he's Batman.
That, like, it was funny. One time I was watching, and my mom's like, why do you want to watch the next episode? I'm like, Mom, I have to watch the next episode. And she's like, why? You know he's going to escape. I'm like, yes, but I want to know how he escapes.
He might not.
No, I would know for a fact that he definitely... I know for a fact he definitely is going to escape no matter what, but I want to know how he escapes. Because some things he does are just ridiculous. In one episode, his head gets sealed in plaster. He's, like, chained up so he can't get out of it. And the cops show up and break him out of it, like, 20 minutes later. And he held his breath the entire time.
Because he's Bruce.
No, he's not Bruce Campbell.
No, I didn't say the ending. He's just Bruce.
Just Bruce. But
if your name is Bruce,
and then after they find it, and then after they're like, "How'd you survive that, Batman?" He's like, "I held my breath," and then Robin goes, "Holy Frogman!"
I'm pretty sure it's the name Bruce. I mean, if your name is Bruce, you pretty much win.
Bruce Wayne, Bruce Campbell,
Bruce Win. Oh no, I got shot.
Bruce Campbell, Bruce Banner. He's the Hulk.
That's true.
The Hulk's a pretty cool guy.
He's not the Hulk. He's a little bit uncontrollable when he's actually the Hulk.
I can't really think of any other Bruces, which means if your name is Bruce, you win. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Here's your prize.
Here's your prize. It's a picture of Bruce Campbell.
We can't actually give it to you, seeing as how we're not there, but if you
I will email you a picture of Bruce Campbell if your name is Bruce, if you want one.
That's too much work, that guy. Just tell them to claim your prize. Type in BRUCE space CAMPBELL into the Google search bar and click on images. There's your prize. You have so many Bruce Campbells to choose from.
Okay, that is now official. If your name is Bruce, that's what you do. If your name's not Bruce, you can do it as well, but you have to wait 24 hours after listening to this podcast.
If you're Bruce Campbell and you're listening to this podcast,
please give me a phone call, sleep over, have my adopted babies.
Sign all of the stuff that I own.
Sign everything.
Oh, jeez.
Bruce Campbell's chin. It can win wars.
How?
Just Bruce Campbell walks into the middle of a battlefield, bullets flying past him. He just goes, tilts his head up, points to his chin, and everything stops.
Just the omniscient power. It's just like the time travel. Just stop. No more. Everyone just lays down their weapons.
And then everyone just lays down and cries.
He's just signing everybody's forehead and stuff like that.
You know how Chuck Norris can control time just by looking at a clock and flexing?
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell can control time just by looking at a clock or just thinking about time and stroke his chin.
Is that where the chin stroke came from? Like, you think better when you stroke your chin? Bruce Campbell probably invented that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
He was just like, Now, some people think that, like combing or like petting, for lack of a better term, your beard, that also works. But I mean, I don't think so. Bruce Campbell doesn't have a beard.
He grows like a sweet goatee though, and a mustache.
Yeah, I think the biggest beard I've ever seen on him was in the pilot episode of Briscoe County Jr. For the very first, 5 minutes, he had, this disgusting hillbilly beard.
Yeah, but that's because he was traveling for, weeks to get to the place he had to go to.
I know, but, I'm like, ew, that's gross. It doesn't fit him. The stubble, I can deal with, that's normal.
That's
and
Bruce
then
Campbell.
The goatee, it's pretty cool, but... imagine just him having a Salvador beard from Borderlands.
Imagine if he was Salvador.
Who's to say he isn't? Maybe he just lost a few feet.
This podcast has gone all over the place when we were just supposed to talk about Bruce Campbell. But it's okay. Because...
that's the point.
Bruce Campbell is in our hearts all the time. Literally, he went back in time and cloned himself and shrunk down and climbed into every single body. So that way when he wants to rule the world, all he needs to do is snap his fingers and everyone's dead.
See, that's the thing. When people look into your heart with x-rays and stuff, they don't just see arteries and stuff, whatever.
They see a chin.
No, they just see
a very
Bruce
well-defined chin on the heart.
The heart on the outside has a chin, but when they x-ray it to see the inside, it's just like Bruce Campbell, in a recliner chair watching TV or something, eating popcorn. He's just in your heart. He's just waiting there, waiting for the moment. He's dormant.
Once he kills everyone, then all the mini Campbells grow to actual size, and now we have Bruce Campbell world.
Bruce Campbellville.
No, it's Bruce Campbell World because...
Oh, yeah, the entire world?
Yeah, because it's the entire world, because...
What happened to the Bruce Campbells that are inside, like, Asian people? And, like, are they Asian Bruce Campbells?
No, they're just normal Bruce Campbells.
So there's no more diversity in the world, it's just Bruce Campbell?
Yes. But it's okay, because it's Bruce Campbell.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna be around anymore, unfortunately, but...
And you know what? The world would be a much more interesting place.
Wow, you literally just said the world would be more interesting without me in it.
I'm sorry, that guy, but... if it's either you or Bruce Campbell...
Don't worry, I would pick Bruce Campbell over me.
If it was me or Bruce Campbell, I'd pick Bruce Campbell.
Don't worry,
it's like Saw. Like, you know that freaking...
Right,
thing
yeah.
where, like, the creepy puppet guy, like, makes you do horrible things to survive?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, either kill yourself or kill Bruce Campbell to get out.
You already shot yourself. Where did you get that gun? But you're dead, you can't answer. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was dark even for my standards.
I was gonna say, people are gonna think we're cultists.
We kinda are.
We're not radical cultists.
We're not radical. We're not gonna run around and, like, force people to believe in Bruce Campbell.
I'm not gonna run around with a big papier-mâché mask with a chin on it. Go door to door like Jehovah's Witness.
Have you
have you been
accepted the Bruce
introduced to
Campbell
Bruce
that
Campbell?
Have you accepted the Bruce Campbell that lives in your heart? You mean, have I accepted Bruce Campbell into my heart? No, he's already in there.
He's in there. You just have to acknowledge that he's there.
Oh
Where
my
does
God.
this stuff come from,
If
that
Bruce
guy?
Campbell listened to this, we would never meet him. We'd probably get a restraining order.
Oh my God, yes.
But it's okay. That means we have autographs from Bruce Campbell, technically.
Take
my
a
God.
terrible situation and turn it upside down. Well, we're never going to be able to see Bruce Campbell up close, but at least we have his autograph.
Oh
That
my
guy-
God.
I had 6 hours of class and lab today. This is what happens to my brain when we cast after that.
Bruce Campbell is what happens.
It was happening throughout the entire thing. We were learning about microscopes, and if I zoomed in on like the cells and stuff,
You just see Bruce Campbell lounging in the cells, like you're in like a
Exactly.
pool, and then
it's just
like rains.
in every fiber of my being. We had to like scrape your cheek to get cheek cells or whatever to look at your own
You
cells.
just raised your hand. You're like, "Can I do my chin?"
Teacher's just like, no, you can't. But you can do Bruce Campbell's chin. I'm like, wait, what? Yes, we have
Just
specimens.
raises from the table.
We have specimens.
We have specimens.
He visited here not too long ago. We got permission to get chin specimens.
We now have a restraining order on Bruce Campbell, but it's okay. We have his autograph.
We may or may not have attained these specimens legally. We also have some stool sample from when he had that taco at lunch. We made sure to clock the toilet.
We got some hair, some blood, some spit. Yeah, we can make Bruce Campbell villain probably, a couple years from now.
Just once the cloning technology gets by the fact where we have Bruce Campbell's with like 3 eyes and 6 chins.
Well, I mean, the last one's not a horrible thing.
Where would you put 6 chins?
Everywhere. Like on your elbows, your knees.
Anywhere that bends.
Pretty
You'd
much.
You probably have one on your forehead. I mean, the forehead's kind of just a big empty space of skin. It's not like the chin. The forehead is undefined. It's just got wrinkle lines and everything. If you had a chin on your forehead, it would be better.
It would be. I guess.
I mean, it probably... I don't know if it would hurt more or if it hurt less if you bonked your head. It's like, when you hit your head, it knocks against your brain, and that hurts. But if you had some extra bone in the way there, maybe it would just hurt your other chin. But then again, of course, if you bonked your head, you'd be like, oh, my chin! And everyone would be like, which one? And if you hit your funny bone, you'd be like, "Oh, my chin!"
Oh my gosh, I've tried to end this so many times, but we just keep Bruce Campbelling on and on.
I'm sorry. Do you want to end it?
No, but we should.
All right.
Because it's already gonna be Campbell to edit it.
Oh man.
All
right, you
now
know
you
what?
see what you got me doing, that guy? You have me replacing adjectives with Bruce Campbell.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a Bruce thing.
No, Bruce should not be a synonym for bad.
Badass.
Well, I guess. But that means good. Even though, if you take the word apart, both the words bad and the words ass are kind of like negative,
Well,
usually.
double negative equals a positive.
That's the thing, yeah.
It's kind of like if you put two Bruce Campbells in a room together, what happens? Everyone dies.
but he's impenetrable.
Well, not Bruce Campbell doesn't die, but everyone else does.
But he thought those were the only two people in the room.
Yeah, but everyone in the world dies.
All right, I have a perfect way to. Well, I mean, this is like the end all. Okay, you've heard about that rumor about the tree in the forest and it falling and no one's there. If Bruce Campbell says an epic one-liner and no one's around to hear it, is it still epic?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's been the podcast,
I'm Joe Thunder,
and I'm SOENJAY,
also known as that guy.
and that guy, and I'm Bruce Campbell.
You do a horrible Bruce Campbell impression.
I know, I'm sorry.
Bye.
I love that ending. You're bye. You've done that several other times. I just love it.
It's just how I end things.